All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. All right, so I did the report earlier today on the main channel, 365. If you're not subscribed to the main channel, go ahead and subscribe to the main channel. Okay, we're about to hit 5,000 subscribers over there, and yeah, so you can check that out. But I told you guys if we get the amnesty law today, I will talk about amnesty. Well, we didn't get the amnesty law today, but we're still going to talk about amnesty. But because we didn't get the amnesty law today, I'm going to make that second. We're going to talk about the oil and gas law first. Okay? So, so it says here that the oil agreement between Baghdad and Erbil will be included in next year's budget. Okay, it says the oil agreement between Baghdad and Erbil will be included in the 2017 budget. It's not saying that there's going to be some type of like the 2016 budget where there is some type of it is written in there, but no one even cares about it. No, they're saying that this 2017 budget will have the full completion of the oil and gas law in the budget, right? And the reason why is because they're planning on changing the rate and appreciation of the value and going into a global market economy this year. That's the only way that the oil and gas law will be fully completed under, and the new oil minister said that he's going to get this oil and gas law completed immediately, right? So he said there's no really tension left. It's just political stuff. That means give me Mosul, announce Mosul, and raise the value, and you'll see the oil and gas law in the new budget. Okay, so that's what they plan on doing, which is great news. The oil and gas law will be in 2017 budget. It will be completed in 2017 budget, and like I told you guys before, we won't see the oil and gas law completion until we see a one-to-one change in value. Okay, so this also tells us that they're going to change the value first, then they'll give us the oil and gas law with the 3+ rate. So yeah, it is what it is, right? So once again, we're hitting the points that we're supposed to, and if you guys noticed that Biden made a surprise visit to the Middle East yesterday, something that we talked about at the basketball courts 2 weeks ago when I mentioned it first. We did talk about it last week, but 2 weeks ago I mentioned it that you're gonna see a surprise visit from Biden or Kerry very soon, okay? Because things are just being dragged on, and they need Mosul, and they also need the area of the Middle East to be ready to go for to help Hillary Clinton out. Point blank and simple. So you were going to see one of them show back up, and 2 weeks later, here's Biden. Biden shows back up, and he's meeting with Barzani, the Kurds, in Ankara, and he's going to be making his rounds, and I don't know what else he's going to be doing in the Middle East, but I'm pretty sure he's going to talk to Abadi. John Kerry told Abadi to speed up the reforms, remember? And Abadi has not sped up the reforms. So he did get the cabinet members sworn in, okay, but he hasn't sped up the reforms, and he's not going to speed up the reforms until he gives us Mosul, okay. So we're waiting on Mosul. They just, announced the liberation of the refinery area in Mosul. They announced the liberation of the center of Mosul, and they were announcing liberations in the south of Mosul. We already know the west of Mosul is liberated by the Peshmergas, the east as well by the Peshmergas. The only thing I haven't heard much about is the north of Mosul. Maybe that's already done. I mean, if you really think about it, the north should be done. If you got the east and west done, then the north should be done. Because aren't you coming from the north? Well, sometimes you don't. It all depends on where Mosul is on the map. But you would think the North is done if they got the East and West done, you know. So now they're getting now the South is being completed publicly. So and then the center is done as well. So usually when you see the center done, Abadi's like we saw with Fallujah, Abadi's within like 10 days from planting the flag. Okay, so they announced the center done yesterday, right? So you know just count 10 Abadi, man, first week of September, Abadi should be planting this flag, but of course he might drag it out to the second week of September, whatever the case may be. But you know by the time THW Global launches here on September 9th, Abadi should plant that flag. Okay, I mean that's all there is to it. Plant the flag, man. What I mean, come on, man, come on. Plant the flag, Abadi. Stop keeping the world hostage. Abadi probably likes that, man. These people love probably keeping the world hostage, man. He knows exactly what's gonna happen when they give us Mosul. He knows it. Um. Yeah, and I was talking to Greg. Greg said something about Shabibi's people that are in prison, and I told him, look, privately, Shabibi's people are probably out of those prisons, right? Because they got Shabibi out. I'm pretty sure privately, Abadi got his people, Shabibi's people out, but publicly, they're still in prison. Okay, publicly, those people are not out yet. They need the amnesty law to free them out. And I'm pretty sure that publicly, when they finally give us the amnesty law after Mosul, most likely, after they give us Mosul, then amnesty, 1-to-1 and amnesty will come really quickly after. But after they do that, you'll probably see about Shabibi's people released publicly, right? And privately, they're probably been home. They're living in their houses and figuring things out of what they want to do, or if they maybe some of them are probably returned to the CBI, and they're just being hidden from the media. And so it's kind of weird because you're home and you're working with Shabibi in the CBI or working in the CBI or some type of financial company or whatever the case may be, and then publicly you hear that you're being freed from prison. That must be that's kind of hard to swallow, but it is what it is. It's the game they have to play. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Shabibi's people are out of prison and not being tortured. Okay, everybody knows Maliki threw them in there unjustly. I don't even know if that's a word. Okay, but anyways. Everybody knows unfairly they were thrown in a prison with Shabibi. Okay, so Shabibi's been out for a minute, so I'm pretty sure his people are out of there as well. Privately, not publicly yet. We haven't heard anything about Shabibi's people publicly being out of the prison. We know a lot of people have been released in the last 2 years, but we haven't heard anything about specifically Shabibi's people in the CBI. The former CBI people have been released. Okay, so let's move on to the next subject here. Oh yeah, and the Kurds are getting their 17%, of course, in the 2017 budget. Okay, it says general amnesty includes all Iraqis and implemented for the moment of approval. Okay, and implemented from the moment of approval. Okay, so basically, all Iraqis are going to be released. All Iraqis that were wrongfully charged, wrongfully put in, wrongfully crime, wrongfully put in the prison will be immediately released as soon as they announce the general amnesty law publicly. Now, that tells you that a lot of them have been released privately, and we've already seen those articles that lots of people, over 50,000 people, I believe, it has been released in the last 2 years. Okay, so they did one. I think they did a big release in like March, where they released like 8,600 people or something. Then they did one in September and August. They've been releasing people for a while now. Okay, but once this amnesty is announced publicly, everybody's going to be released at one time. Okay, and I'm pretty sure if they don't give us a 1-to-1 before amnesty, then they'll give us amnesty and everybody will release, and then these people will be able to celebrate a revaluation and a global market economy launch. Okay, so they'll be part of the big celebration crew because they've been released. And here comes the global market economy, 1-to-1, change rate, everything like that. Okay. Um, so they might want these people to celebrate instead of, because what I'm thinking is, cabinet members, 1-to-1 amnesty, right? But they might want these people to celebrate, with the other Iraqi citizens, because these people have been in prison forever. Okay, so they might want them to celebrate this as well. So they might change it up and do amnesty first, then 1-to-1, and let these people celebrate. I don't know. We'll find out. Like I said, we'll find out, and it looks like we're gonna be finding out very soon. Okay, and in the coming days to weeks here, we're gonna be finding out about amnesty, because they can't hide this any longer. As you see, there is it's very public now. Accountability, justice, amnesty, federal court law, Federal Court Act law, and all the other stuff that's coming. It's going to happen probably right at September 1st on to about September 15th. We're probably going to see all these things coming to fruition. Because remember, the electronic banking systems are going to be completed in all areas by September 1st. So that means that Mosul's area and Fallujah area are going to have the electronic systems in place. Okay, and we just heard that the center of Mosul is liberated publicly. So that means they got publicly they have 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks to get those electronic banking systems in place. That means that privately that place has already been liberated for maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and is already in place. Okay, so September 1st, all the banks will have electronic systems. The Rafidi and Rashid Bank have restructured already, have completed the restructuring. And we already know that once Rafidi and Rashid Bank completed restructuring, that they were going to be able to, CBI was going to be able to start to raise the value of the currency. Okay, so that's already been done. So look for after September. You don't look at anything in August. Look for September for any type of rate change, because right now they gave the banks all of August to put the electronic systems in place. So you're not going to see anything. I don't expect anything in August, because they're giving them to put the electronic system in. Okay, and they haven't given us Mosul yet. If it does happen, it will be a shock to me, but what's a shock when you're smiling and happy and dancing and jumping up and down and happy for myself, happy for my family, happy for my children, happy for you guys, happy for 365 crew, happy for my personal team, and my investment team, happy for everybody that's on my teams. Happy for the Dinar community, happy for what I mean, like just people in general that stuck through with us forever. I mean, I'll be happy, I'll be happy if they surprise us. You know what I mean? If it happens in August, I'll be happy. But my thing is this: that look past August, because they've given them time to put the electronic system in. Okay. Also, one more thing here. It says Abadi says in 2017 budget suffered from the significant fiscal deficit and call on Parliament to approve the amnesty law. Okay, so Abadi approves the amnesty law, and he says that the government has approved the amnesty law, but Parliament has to make it public. Just like we've been saying, okay? Just like we've been saying, Parliament has to make the amnesty law public. It's already done, okay? And they also going to put $35 per barrel of oil in the 2017 budget. Now, if you notice the budget is not going to be heavily on oil. Okay, the last budgets have been all about oil. This budget in 2017 will not be about oil. Okay, that is a massive difference there. The other budgets have been all about oil for Iraq. This budget will not be about oil. Okay, oil will be maybe 50% of their budget, 40% of their budget, something like that. I need to see the real numbers, but it's too early right now. But it looks like the budget is going to be passed by October. That would be way breaking, record breaking time. But they need to get this budget done because it's going to have a change in value. So that's why the budget is they're being talked about right now. And Obama still hasn't signed Article, Executive Order 13303. So if Obama doesn't sign Executive Order 13303, then we're in great shape to see something happen this year. All right, eyes open. And man, it's almost time to celebrate. That's all I'm going to say. Peace out.